Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back to Pisces Network, you guys. We're going to get into another message. And I forgot to put my bracelet on. Y'all see it over there. I'm not going to do all that. We're just going to get into the message. Y'all be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. Book your readings. Okay. Discount code is still active for you guys. Get in the comments. Let me know what's going on. I hope y'all are doing well, and I hope these messages help you, but don't bring anything into your life that does not belong, okay? Keep in mind that part of the message may be for you, or all of it could be for you, just depending on your situation. The message that I got for you guys is that now we cooking with grease, okay? Now we cooking with grease. So guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God for Pisces. What do they need to know? What does Pisces need to know? Ooh, talking to friends. So, listen, the message, now we're cooking with grease. Now you're cooking with grease. That whole situation is about something that you basically are doing it's heating up, okay? You sometimes will cook on a stove. I don't know if y'all have ever experienced this, but I've dealt with some really rough ovens and stoves in my life. And sometimes you got to get that sucker going, right? When I was growing up in Chicago with my mom, we had a gas stove, and if the pilot light wasn't lit, which I think I've talked to you guys about this before, if the pilot light wasn't lit, you could not start the burners. Like, even if you clicked your little turnstile thing, or the burner handle, it would not actually start up. It would just be gas, like, flowing. And it created a hazard. It created some type of fire hazard, because if, too much gas was flowing, you could be poisoned. Okay, it could start a really bad fire. There could be an explosion. So it's like you have to light the pilot light in order to concentrate the flow of gas and have the right chemical reactions, scientific reactions, for the exact result that you want, to focus the result that you want where you want it to be. So some of y'all are gaining focus. Some of you guys are lighting a fuse. But instead of just lighting a fuse and blowing things up, I feel like you're being very calculated. Go back to the last reading about how you're doing this. But now that you were calculated about basically lighting your pilot light, now you're cooking with grease. I've also dealt with electric stoves that you would have one burner. Living in these apartments down here in Georgia, you would have one burner that was able to get a lot hotter or cook things a lot more evenly than some of the other burners. So, when you're cooking, the burner in the left on the front, that one is the best one. And the burner in the right on the front is a little low heat, and it doesn't do what needs to be done. So it's like you're strategically picking out these different strategies when it comes to what it is that you're doing. And I feel like not only have you lit the pilot light, but you turned on the stove, and now you've located throughout that process which burner is the best burner to cook from. Okay? Cooking with grease. Now, you guys could be talking to friends. Some of you guys are going to go spend some time with friends. Some of you guys are going to catch up. Okay. Ooh, burning bridges. Feeling still very in love. Can't get over them. Trying to reconcile. So this is a situation where this is like a platonic situation, but it could be romantic. It could be professional. There's definitely something going on with you and a friend. Now, you could be talking to a friend who you felt like in the past has burned a bridge with you, or they may feel like you burned a bridge with them. You guys could still feel like there's space and opportunity left in the friendship, and therefore you are going to try to possibly reconcile differences or reconcile what has happened. However, I don't know if you can get over what they've done or move past what they've done, and therefore vice versa. It could be that they may not be able to get past what you've done or what you've said. So keep that in mind. However, there's still a lot of love in a connection that you have with someone. It may not be the friend that you're talking to, but you could be discussing another friend with one of your other friends, or you could be discussing a relationship or a professional opportunity with your friend, right? So if you don't, if you don't necessarily have an issue with the friend who you're talking to, you could be discussing something else that's going on in your life where you feel like a bridge was burned, and they may advise you on maybe trying to get back together or work things out with whoever you guys are talking about. This could also be that you have a friend who's coming to you and letting you know what's going on, and you may be giving them some type of advice on how they need to move forward. So take it how it resonates, okay? So what does Pisces need to know when it comes to this situation where they're talking to friends, bridges are burned? King of Pentacles reversed. This is a masculine who's very unreliable. Okay, it could also be a feminine energy who sometimes has an imbalance between their masculine and feminine. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Whoever this person is with this King of Pentacles reverse is not, it's negatives. So I feel like you're talking about this person. This could be a father figure. It could be a masculine energy in your life. This could be somebody at work. This could be a horrible boss. This could be a horrible husband, ex-husband, baby mama, baby daddy, wife, ex-wife. It could be your father. It could be your mother. It could be someone. It's someone in your life, though, who should have some type of stability and should have some type of status, but they don't. This is a person who should have some type of financial security and like a grounded, rooted, stable foundation, but they don't. Okay. This could also be someone talking about how they lost their job, but you see the Two of Cups is the communication. It's the conversation about this King of Pentacles reversed and about the boundaries that you set or having to deal with something over and over again. What's the King of Pentacles reversed? This could be someone else, though, because it's like the Two of Cups is your energy because it's cups, but it's like you're either talking to someone about another person or situation, or you're having a conversation with someone who's telling you about this. That's what it feels like. Okay. It doesn't feel like this King of Pentacles reversed is the one who you're talking to. It feels like the King of Pentacles reversed is the subject of the conversation. Page of Pentacles came out. So this could be a father-son dynamic, a father-daughter, mother-son, mother-daughter dynamic, like a parental dynamic with a child with the pentacles. They're all the same suit. So, yeah, it could be an apology as well. Two of Pentacles. This is a dilemma that I feel like you guys have, or that someone else has, that they need help trying to figure out. All of this energy is Pentacles energy. 5 of Pentacles is here with the 2. That's 7. Somebody's made a pretty substantial investment into a person or a situation, and it has not paid off. Okay? I also heard contemplating the potential of a relapse. So I don't know if this is about substance abuse, but it could be. There's definitely financial instability. There's definitely a lack of money, a lack of funds, a lack of resources. Someone is definitely broke. Brokey. Let me stop. I hate that. Honestly. What's the King of Pentacles reversed? The Hierophant. So Taurus energy, possibly, okay? Maybe Libra, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, possibly Scorpio or Pisces. I feel like somebody is consistently given the bare minimum here. The World card and the 5 of Cups. So a cycle has definitely come to an end. There's clarity and understanding. There's no question about what's going on here. You know what's going on. The person who you're talking to knows what's going on. The person who you're talking about knows what's going on. There's no confusion about what's happening in this situation. And I feel like a cycle has come to an end, or something is definitely, it's definitely time for something to finalize or complete itself. I feel like this could also be somebody coming to you and telling you about how since something has ended between you and them, they've just been sad all the time. Okay. And they don't know if there's a chance for you to possibly forgive them or if there's anything salvageable in the connection. I feel like if any of you are getting, I was about to say confirmation, but if any of you guys are getting communication from someone who let you down or who constantly made you feel underwhelmed or unfulfilled, unappreciated, if they took from you unfulfilled, unappreciated, unaware, any of those things that this person kind of left as a feeling or a sentiment within you, they may be coming to try to ask you or apologize and consider to see what your mind would be when it comes to considering like anything that's salvageable in the connection. And you may be bringing this proposition that someone has brought to you to one of your friends to discuss it. And it's kind of complicated because there's still feelings in the situation. Okay. Someone could also be asking for help. Like, I know that, things ended badly between us, but can you help me, or are you willing to do something with me, or do you still see any opportunity for this to continue? And I think that you guys may be giving someone the disappointing news that you're setting a boundary and you're tired of, like, this is the last straw. You're tired of doing this over and over again. Like, you're not going to continue. Or you could be giving someone the final opportunity to say, hey, look, all of these times that I've given you the benefit of the doubt, XYZ has happened. And I'm not doing that anymore. If you mess up this time, that's it. So it could just be a one and done. Completely you're saying no, or it could be like final straw. This is your last chance. So either you're talking to someone about this, or you're actually telling someone who you're talking to these kind of ultimatums. What is Pisces? Well, it kind of feels like there's some type of feeling of obligation or loyalty that someone is either trying to play upon within you, or someone is trying to like bring to the surface. What is Pisces intuition telling them about this situation? Yeah, it's like you feel like you can do something on your own. Queen of Wands, confidence, Ten of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. What your intuition is telling you is that pretty much, even if somebody didn't do something that like intended to hurt you, like on purpose, they ended up hurting you by default. So it's like a situation felt really painful. It felt like you were getting this Ten of Swords energy in your back. But they may not have been trying to stab you in the back. They may not have been trying to hurt you. But it's like they didn't do enough to prevent that circumstance from happening. I feel like you guys are also confident in the investments that you are making or something that you're growing. Okay, whatever this situation is has caused you to have a lot of confidence in what you're doing and not really, it's like you're done with the mindset of second guessing yourself. That's what it feels like. What's the Queen of Wands for what Pisces intuition is telling them? Three of Wands. Yeah, it's like the action that you're taking right now, you expect for it to yield some type of result. I would caution you against thinking that something is going to happen really quickly, because the Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Swords is kind of a contradiction. You may feel like something is going to happen quickly, but you're also confident that it will be successful, even if it takes longer than what you would like. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but that's kind of like if you feel like a business is going to take off, you may think or want or desire for it to take off quickly, but you're also being realistic about how it may take more of an investment, and you're okay with that, but you still have your hopes up about it taking off quickly. But the reason why I say caution with that is just that you don't get your hopes up too high to where you are negating the tactile and more grounded logical aspects of what you need to do to get where you want to go. That's all I'm saying. But you expected for somebody to come back, or you expected for something to happen. Basically kind of like this telepathy thing where you expected the pain that someone caused you, either purposely or not, to bounce back to where they would be feeling that pain at some point or another, because Nine of Wands indicates that whatever this is has happened several different times. So it's like you knew that someone was going to come back wanting to cash in on whatever investment that they put in, or you knew that they were going to come back to try to like reconcile what they feel like they lost by hurting you or losing you. I don't know exactly how that correlates, but it'll make sense if it's for you. Eight of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. You're worried about how long something is going to take, but I feel like you're also confident in your decision. It's like, I don't even think you're worried. I think you're just thinking a lot about what's going to happen next. And it's because something may not be happening as quickly as you would like it to, or as quickly as you need it to. But it's also like you have this underlying faith in your belief systems that things will happen when they're supposed to. So it's kind of like you're flip-flopping a little bit. Okay. So what's hidden that Pisces needs to know? What is it that Pisces can't see that they should see, or what's hidden from Pisces when it comes to this situation that they should know about, Spirit? Four of Pentacles. Somebody's withholding. Somebody's being very stingy, manipulative, calculated. Justice and the World. Yeah, I feel like someone has been holding back from you since whatever this ending is took place. First of all, because they're depressed, they're regretful, they're sorrowful, they're sad. But it's like everything I feel that I'm explaining is a mirror image of what this person felt or intended for you to feel. It's like everything that I'm saying is a mirror image of what they thought you were going to be going through, or what they thought you were going to be feeling in the situation. And I think someone is feeling like it's fair for them to hold back, or to be stingy, or to be calculated and kind of like manipulative, to hide treasures or hide resources or withhold money or withhold energy because of how something ended. And that's spiteful. Could be a Libra, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius. Taurus season, there could be some justice coming in when it comes to someone's stinginess, or when it comes to someone withholding something due to an ending or due to the completion of a cycle. I think some of you guys may get some type of legal justice, or you may just get some type of like spiritual justice, universal justice. It's like someone is playing a game, because I always see these as like chess or checkers boards in this justice card. You're going to receive justice for someone holding things back from you due to an ending, or you're going to receive justice from someone withholding things from you in order to cause an ending. That's what this is. And you don't see it coming. What's the Four of Pentacles? The Temperance, yeah. There's some type of poverty that's being balanced out, or some type of spiteful stinginess that's being balanced out. The Five of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. Yeah. It's like you're going to understand why something had to take so long, too. Somebody's been holding back something for a long time, or they've been holding back a lot for a long time. I also feel like it's like somebody's been taking something from you, or utilizing something from you, but then not paying you for it. So I don't know exactly what that is, but it feels like somebody's been skimming off the top, or like working off the back of your work, like I've been kind of talking to you guys about. That's what it feels. It's like people constantly have their hand out, but then when you need something, they ain't nowhere to be found. What's the Temperance with the Four of Pentacles? Lovers. Yeah, and then look at I just said, they're nowhere to be found. The ghost energy. Gemini, Sagittarius energy, Libra energy, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio. You feel like something is supposed to be there, but it's not. That's weird. It's like if you feel like you're not supposed to be in a position of poverty, and it's not so much of an ego thing, or like, somebody being lazy and expecting to get more from what they give. No, it's like you've been doing the amount of work that should put you in a position to where you have more than what you do, but you're still in a position of poverty. And that's like the disconnect. That's what is missing. It's like, why is that occurring? Why is that happening? What is going on? Like if you're riding in a boat, it kind of feels like you're riding in a boat that has a leak. And you keep taking on water in the boat, but you don't know where the leak is. And it's like you've patched up all the holes. The boat is still taking on water. And it's kind of like somebody who's riding in the boat with you as you patch up the holes and you remove the water. Somebody is stabbing more holes as fast as you patch them up, but they're doing it in a kind of sneaky, manipulative way. And then acting like they're helping you to patch up the holes. Like if somebody steals your wallet and then helps you look for it type of energy. That's what it feels like. That's what's hidden. And I feel like what you don't see is that this repetitive reoccurrence of weirdness and this energy that you've been feeling like that, it's about to go away. Wow. High Priestess and the Nine of Swords. There's somebody who's making decisions secretly about you. And they're really anxious about it. Like someone has been making decisions on your behalf. Kind of feels like a conservatorship, but like an illegal conservatorship, or like somebody forging documents on paperwork, or doing something illegally with judicial matters, or it could even be just in your home. Like people who you live with are doing things that are causing. It's like, okay, if you live with a bunch of people and they keep when you go to work, they work from home. Just say you go out and you got to go to work. They work from home. They got all the lights on all day. They run in the water all day. They don't turn the faucet off. They waste water. They waste electricity. They got the windows open when the air conditioning is on. They're doing things that poke holes in the boat. And it's kind of like, yeah, they may contribute their part to the bills, but if they weren't doing that, the bills wouldn't be so high. You get what I'm saying? And I think somebody is a little afraid. They're anxious. Could be a Gemini specifically, who's very anxious that you know what they're doing with this high priestess. They're worried that you know what's going on because they know you're very intuitive. I also feel like somebody knows that you're kind and you don't deserve something that's being done to you. And they're very ashamed of their part. They're very ashamed of the role that they played in some type of negative treatment that you received. That's what it feels like. All right. So what's the possible outcome? 9 of Pentacles. See, that's what I'm saying. That 5 and that 4 that we saw, the 5 came out with it. 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. Look, and then the swords in the boat. I feel like a lot of you guys are communicating about this. This could even be something that's already happened, but there hasn't been like a solid resolution. Like you kind of feel, it kind of feels like you're stuck in this cycle of limbo where the World card is here, but you haven't moved on to the Fool yet. You're in a purgatory type of space because somebody is stabbing the boat. And it feels like you're communicating about some type of forward progress that you want to make, or some type of move that you want to make, some type of progression that you're taking steps to achieve on your own. It feels like you're kicking somebody out the boat. You could be kicking someone out your house. There could be some type of like, it feels like an eviction energy, but I don't think you're getting evicted. It's not that. It's like you're evicting yourself. You're firing yourself. You're moving on. I also feel like you've prayed about something. You sent the request to the universe. You sent requests for action to be taken on this. And because of who you are, it's like you know that it's going to happen. And then you're being guided in a direction due to your faith to like help it happen. I also feel like you're receiving some type of communication, possibly from a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. Yeah. Confirmation of a betrayal is definitely here. Somebody's going to confirm that there's been some type of funny business going on. I feel like you're going to be really excited about an ending that kind of could feel scary, but it's not actually harmful to you. What's the 9 of Pentacles for the possible outcome for Pisces? Ace of Wands. Yeah, something new that you're doing or something that you're really motivated about is going to bring you a lot of financial stability. It's going to basically be the foundation to a legacy that you're going to leave. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, and the High Priestess. See what I'm saying? Some of you are being appreciated or acknowledged for your work. You have quality work. You are like the specialist in your field. Like you're considered to be at the level of a specialist. And I feel like you're being recognized and acknowledged for your work and the attention to detail that you have, your process. whether it's your thought process or whether it's like your physical process. You've already accomplished big things, but whatever this one is right here that like he's holding, that's the one that's really it. That's the one that people really like are focusing on. And this is a goal that you have, something that you have in mind. You can see the pathway with this high priestess to get to it. And it's like, that's what you're asking spirit for clarity on. That's what you're getting messages about. That's where you're being guided at this time. I feel like it's going to turn out really well for you. And it's going to be something that you do individually on your own. There could be a lot of focus on authenticity. Okay, like an authentic, you know how all this shit about China, right? Okay, so there's something that you're doing where people are going to be able to tell the copycats. So somebody could be copying you. People are going to be able to tell the knockoffs. People are going to be able to tell the off-brand, great value version of Pisces work, because it's not gonna elicit the same psychic response or the same energetic response. It's not going to elicit the same result. So just say you have an elixir or a homeopathic remedy, and it's supposed to heal sunburn or some shit, right? Eczema. And I'm not a doctor or psychologist. This is a hypothetical. Please see the disclaimer below. But just say you created this homeopathic remedy for eczema and sunburn and skin conditions, and your recipe is not only copywritten